Hello everyone, very warm welcome to all of you on KGS platform. My name is Akhilesh, and in today's video I'm going to discuss about the seismic wave and how it was helpful in understanding the interior of the earth. So seismic waves, they are basically generated because of seismic event. Seismic event generates due to the release in the energy, and the place from where this energy is released inside the earth is called as hypocenter of the earthquake, or it is also referred as focus. And from here the energy is released and it start traveling in form of seismic wave, which is of two type. One, that is what called as body wave. The seismic wave, it is of two type. One is called as body wave and another is called as surface. Fine. This body wave is responsible for bringing the energy up to the point on the earth surface. The point at which this energy is reaching in form of body wave is called as epicenter. Epicenter is a point where the earthquake is experienced first. So this epicenter is on the surface of earth. And this body wave bring the energy, and there is a redistribution of energy takes place near epicenter or on the surface of the earth, from where the surface waves are generated. So we happen to have surface wave, and in the skin of the earth these surface waves are moving, and these surface waves are again of two type. One is called as love wave and another one is called as relay wave. Relay wave. Love wave, it was discovered by A.E.H. Love, and the relay wave was discovered by Lord Rayleigh. Do remember, these surface waves are responsible for oblique motion in all human infrastructure created on the earth's surface. That's why they inflict maximum damage in case of earthquake. So because of oblique motion, the human infrastructure, let's take a building, it loses its center of gravity and hence it collapses. That's why don't go with the name love wave. It is what most destructive seismic wave. Indeed, these surface waves are not going to play any role in understanding the interior of the earth. It is the body wave which is actually giving some tidbits regarding the interior of the earth. Let me explain the body wave, which is again of two type. So this body wave is of two type. One is primary wave. These primary waves are the first to reach at epicenter. They are the first seismic wave that reaches up to epicenter. And why they are first to reach? Because they are the fastest seismic wave. They are the fastest seismic wave, and the speed is from 6 to 15 kilometer per second. This is the speed of seismic wave, primary seismic. And if you talk about the nature of this wave, it is mechanical longitudinal wave. It is mechanical longitudinal wave. Mechanical longitudinal wave are those waves in which medium particle oscillates in the direction of wave propagation. Medium particle oscillates in the direction of wave propagation. So whenever the primary waves are moving, the medium particle oscillates in the direction of wave propagation. They are going to form compression rarefaction, compression, rarefaction. So there is compression, rarefaction, compression, rarefaction, and this way the waves are moving. It is just like sound wave, just like sound wave. Primary waves are just like sound wave. So whenever there is earthquake event, you will hear a sound, a rumbling sound of earthquake, and this rumbling sound is nothing but the indicator of arrival of primary wave. So whenever primary wave reaches on the surface of the earth, it produces sound because it is a kind of sound wave. That's why whenever there is earthquake, you will feel the tremors along with the sound, a rumbling sound, as if there is a huge motor running just below the earth's surface. So this rumbling sound is produced because of arrival of this primary wave, because it is a kind of mechanical longitudinal wave. Medium particle oscillates in the direction of wave propagation. Okay, fine. This primary wave is also called as P wave. And this P stand, normally you might have the idea that it is primary, that's why P wave, but the idea is not correct. Okay, it is called as P wave because it is a pressure creating wave. So primary wave, it is pressure creating wave. Pressure creating wave, that's why from its intrinsic nature, pressure creating, that P has been taken. Is it okay? So P wave, the P comes from its nature. Just like right now I'm speaking and you are listening. So I'm creating a vibration over here, and this vibration move and create a pressure on your tympanum membrane, and that oscillate and give idea that in which language I am right now speaking. Okay, fine. So it is a pressure creating wave, and this P wave, it can travel in solid, liquid, as well as gas. So it can cross in all medium. What happens when there is a change in density? You will find that there is a change in velocity of P wave. Denser will be the medium, more will be the velocity. So you will find there is a change in velocity of P wave, change in velocity of P wave, when there is change in density. Change in density. So what happens when there is a change in density? The velocity get changed, hence their original path get deflected. Suppose that it is moving like this. This is a medium which has different density. Here it is a medium which has denser medium. You will find that in denser medium the velocity has been changed and it get deflected like this. So its original path happened to be this, but because of change in velocity it has a deflection, and that's why you will find certain shadow zone like P wave shadow zone, and it is pivotal in understanding of the model of interior of earth, which will be covered in the class in. Okay, so P wave or pressure creating wave or primary wave can pass through all the, fine. Then there is next wave which is called as secondary wave. Secondary wave are the second to reach or second to arrive at epicenter. Why it is second to arrive at epicenter? Because it is second fastest seismic wave. Second fastest seismic. Okay, and the speed is 5 to 7 kilometer per second. And what about surface wave? Surface wave are the slowest seismic wave, and the speed is 3.5 kilometer per second. Secondary waves, they are mechanical mechanical transverse wave. Mechanical transverse wave. In this case, medium particle oscillates perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. So medium particle oscillates perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. You can simulate this wave, that the wave which is actually generated on the surface of water. You will find that the wave is moving like this. So medium particle oscillates perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. This is the oscillation of medium particle, up and down movement of medium particle, and it happened to be the direction of wave propagation. Direction of wave propagation. So it's a mechanical transverse wave. It is just like waves created on the surface of the water. On the surface of the water. Mechanical transverse wave. So this wave can be simulated just like mechanical wave created on the surface of water. So these are the secondary waves. Secondary waves are also called as S wave. इसको S wave कहते हैं बच्चे. They are called as S wave. So you might have the idea that this S is taken from secondary, but it is again incorrect. This S means stress producing wave. Stress producing wave. So these are the waves that can produce stress. Stress producing wave, that's why they are called as S wave. Fine. And they can travel only in solid medium. Can travel only in solid medium. In case of liquid medium, they cease to travel. They cannot pass through liquid medium. What is the reason why they are not going to cross the liquid medium? Why they travel in solid medium? Let me explain this intricate topic. As you know, these are stress producing wave. So if there is a medium which is solid in nature, what happens? The wave will come. What is wave? Wave is nothing but energy which is moving in form of wave. Suppose that this medium is solid. This is a solid medium. Fine. And the wave is moving like this. This is the wave which is secondary in nature. And this is solid medium. What is wave? Wave is nothing but associated energy. And now this S wave is intended to produce stress. And stress is intended to produce deformity. Okay, if deformity takes place, that means energy get absorbed. If deformity is not taking place, that means energy is still conserved. In solid medium, this deformity is not going to take place. That's why energy remain there, and hence the wave is able to cross this solid medium. This is the reason why S wave travel in solid medium. What about liquid medium? Let me explain this liquid medium and the S wave. Suppose that this is the liquid medium. Fine. And S wave is arriving over here. So there is arrival of S wave. And you know this S wave is intended to produce stress. Because of this stress, mind my word, because of this stress, there is deformity that takes place. Solid medium में deformity नहीं होगी. But what about liquid medium? It can be deformed very easily. So whatever the energy which is associated with this wave is used up in creating deformity. This liquid medium get deformed. Fine. Displaced and deformed. And this entire energy get absorbed. When energy get absorbed, so this wave is not moving further. So in liquid medium, S wave intended to produce stress, and stress is resulting deformity. And in liquid medium as well as gaseous medium, this deformity can be there, but in solid medium there is no deformity, and the stress is not going to produce deformity, hence energy conserved, hence it can pass through solid medium, but it get absorbed in liquid medium. And mind my word that this characteristic feature of your S wave is very much pivotal in revealing the liquid nature of outer core. On the very basis of S wave shadow zone, it was concluded that somewhere 2900 kilometer below the Earth's surface, there is liquid outer core. There is liquid outer core. So nature of outer core was actually discovered by S wave shadow zone, and nature of core, that is means having very high density, was discovered by P wave shadow zone. Let me explain this in a very short while. S wave shadow zone as well as P wave shadow zone. So whenever there is earthquake, this P wave start moving in all direction. Here it is the center of the earth, and this is what focus of earthquake. In all direction we happen to have this P waves. P waves were everywhere. It were recorded by seismograph everywhere, but beyond 103 degree to 143 degree. 143 degree. Almost for 40 degree angular distance, there was no P wave recorded. No P waves were recorded. Fine. Then beyond 143 degree, again we have recorded the P waves. Fine. So then it was concluded, what happened to you, Mr. P wave? Why you are not able to cross this very zone? Why you are not being recorded over here? Then P wave replied, somewhere 2900 kilometer below the Earth's surface, there was a massive change in density. Massive change in density, and it was from 5.5 gram per cc to 11.5 gram per cc. And due to this much change in density, the speed, the velocity of P wave get enormously increased, and due to that their path get deflected. So presence of something which has very high density somewhere below the Earth's surface, and that too 2900 kilometer below the Earth's surface, were discovered in form of outer core. So if you see the outer core, you will find that the density of outer core is what? How much? It is 11 to 12 gram per cc, while the mantle has density which is 3.5 gram per cc to 5.5 gram per cc, cubic centimeter. So there was enormous change in density, and that's why they try to come over here. Means normally if the things are okay, so they are being recorded over here. But what happened? Because of change of density, their path get deflected and they are not being recorded in this zone, which is called as P wave shadow zone. P wave shadow zone. On the very basis of P wave shadow zone, we have concluded that the core has very high density, and due to change in density there is change in velocity, hence P wave shadow zone were recovered. What happened to S wave? Let me explain S wave shadow zone. Again we are going to have same earth having seismograph in entire earth, and there is a hypocenter. Here it is the center of the earth. Let me draw that 103 and 143 degree. So it is what? Center of the earth. Here it is the focus of earthquake. That angle is always measured with respect to the focus of the earthquake. याद रखिएगा, it's not a latitude, not longitude. Okay, बहुत सारे बच्चे confuse रहते हो. It is the focus of the earthquake and the center of the earth. We measure this angle. And what was recorded was miraculous. The S waves were recorded everywhere. They were recorded everywhere, but beyond 103 degree, beyond 103 degree, in all this zone beyond 103 degree, S waves were not recorded. So this is 103 degree. This is 103 degree. This is the angle basically. So S wave were not recorded. An entire zone is devoid of S wave. Hence it was given S wave, name S wave shadow zone. S wave shadow zone यहाँ नहीं आए. पूछा गया भाई क्यों नहीं आए? तो S wave ने क्या कहा? We are a stress producing wave. We intended to produce a stress, but the medium which is present over there, somewhere 2900 kilometer below the earth surface, get deformed. और deformity होते ही क्या होगा बच्चे? Whatever the energy we were carrying get absorbed. So we are ceased to pass, not able to cross the liquid medium. What was found after this S wave shadow zone? That somewhere 2900 kilometer below the earth's surface, there is a zone which is nature, which is liquid in nature. So there is core and there is outer core which is liquid in nature. Because of this liquid nature of outer core, S waves, they are a stress producing wave intended to produce deformity, get absorbed. This is what the S wave, they try to come over here, but liquid nature, outer core get deformed, and by deforming it absorb all the energy associated with it, and that's why they are not able to cross this outer core zone, and that's why this S wave shadow zone were created beyond 103 degree on the earth's surface with respect to this focus. The S wave shadow zone depicts that what is the nature of outer core? Liquid. So on the very basis of these shadow zone as well as various observation by so many geophysicists and geomorphologists, we were able to decipher, or you can say we were able to deduce the model of Earth interior, which is right now as a topic discussed in detail. Thank you very much for this short video.